Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina. So happy to be here with you once again. I want to thank Carla Young. She's the administrator at Olivedale Park. When we were planning to do the taping for a couple of the shows, we wanted to be out on location at one of the parks, like outside, but weather did not permit that. And she was just so kind to give us a spot, and Lancaster Parks and Recreation is where I'm going to be for I call it my summer series, is out and about to different parks. So we might be here more than once, but we'll just see what the weather, if it works with us down the road or not. Folks, stick around. I've got Dave Smith. He is with the Lancaster Fairfield County 4th of July Committee to talk about this year's 4th of July. It is going to be on the 5th of July, the big, huge celebration. He's going to share a whole lot about that. And also Corey Schoonover, he's going to talk about pets in our 4th of July. And I cannot wait to get to that. So just stick around here and don't go anywhere. Also, I've got not really a PQ, a tip, whatever you want to call it. That will be here coming up at the end of the show. I'll be right back. You are watching Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm a recovering addict. For 10 of the last 11 years, I've been struggling with addiction, homelessness, incarceration, and just loneliness. However, since getting clean this past year, I've accomplished more than I have in those 10 years combined. After attending outpatient counseling services, inpatient counseling services, living in a sober living house, and attending 12-step meetings, I've been able to regain control of my life and begin to achieve goals I've always dreamed of. Addiction can destroy lives in many ways. Whether you need help with childcare or financial assistance, everyone deserves a new beginning. Recovery supports are just that, supports for recovery. My life mattered. Your life matters too.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. The 4th of July is right around the corner, and this is my second show, and it's just because there are so many awesome things that are going on, especially this year. They go on every year, but I think it's the year that everybody is so excited about just getting out and about and having things happen. And this year, I think it's just going to be a big, huge bang for all of us, and a year to definitely celebrate for our freedom, because it seemed like all of 2020 we really didn't have a whole lot of that, and that was no fun for any of us. So I am excited to have Dave Smith. He is the president of the Lancaster Fairfield County 4th of July Committee, and yes. I know right from the start, bam, right out the gate.
The auditor has to get it right. You just have to get the 4th of July part out.
That's right. But so many were like, why is it the 5th? 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 And I'm just going, we're having one.
Yes.
You know what, we're having it. If it's the 6th, 7th, or 8th, or 9th.
The first answer is we're having it.
Exactly. So Dave, what is happening and how are things going so far?
Oh, everything's coming together. The governor, of course, gave us a late start. We usually start doing the 4th of July in like January and February. Reorganizing, making sure the same people on the committee come back and do the same things that they've done over the years, and then tweak and update. But we didn't know until early May that the governor was going to release us. I was betting 75-25 that we were not going to have activities on the fairgrounds for the 4th of July. Fair, I wasn't worried about it in October. It seemed like we were going in a good direction. But so we only had the last 6-7 weeks to pull things together.
Holy cow.
And it's amazing how many supply chain problems there are. How many porta pots do you want? Well, how many do you have? And there are a few things like that were interesting that we had to watch out for. And Hamburg Fireworks does our fireworks, and they had supply chain problems because guess what? Everybody wants to have a 4th of July this year, so everybody wants to spend more money on their 4th of July, so there's more demand for all the fireworks. And they come mostly from China, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of things that are working here, but we're so excited that we can have a normal celebration on July 5th.
So what do we want to tell folks? Not to be disappointed if it's not as grand, because it is like everything else, but we just need to be happy that we are able to have something.
Well,
you know?
I think that's a nice thing to think about everything. Be grateful for what we do have.
Yeah.
If you have more than you normally have, that's terrific. You have a little bit less, no problem, it's still great. And it doesn't matter if it's fireworks or whatever. Things in life is good. But I'm pretty sure Hamburg has carved out a section of their supply just for the Lancaster event. And I was talking to Ken Sprague, and we still didn't know back in February, let alone March, April, May, if we were going to have a normal celebration. But he was already getting calls for Friday the 2nd, Saturday the 3rd, Sunday the 4th. And they said, Dave, would it be okay if we did ours on the holiday? Which is true. It's a Monday holiday this year.
Yeah.
So we can even out his personnel and his supply things. And I said, you bet, because guess what? We'll be the last and the biggest.
That's right.
Yep.
We will. That's a great way to look at it.
We'll do fine.
So, okay. It is going to begin, of course, what time on Monday the 5th?
Well,
July
we've
5th?
made this simple. We used to, a couple decades ago, we used to have different times for the parade, depending on when other communities were having their parades, thinking that some people would want to be in both, and then we'd change the fireworks around. So parade at 10 in the morning, fireworks 10 at night, and it works out just great. And the parade leaves the fairgrounds, goes downtown on Columbus Street, goes by the bandstand, City Hall, and then back up Broad Street back to the fairgrounds.
You're probably done with the lineup for the parade by now, right? So
we're getting real close, but you know, we always
The
leave a
last
little room for unregistered. You're going to be in row 7 if you show up.
Okay.
You're a car or bicycle, somebody that says, you know, let's be in the parade. You're going to be in row number 7.
Who is allowed to be in the parade?
We charge commercial entities, people that do it for profit, $50 per thing. So if they want to have 2 units, 2 vehicles, then that'd be 2 things, so it's $100. And every once in a while we get 4 or 5. You know, they're really proud of what they do and they want to showcase their equipment, and it's fine. But like the Antique Tractor Club, the churches, and things like that, they don't pay anything because they're nonprofit, and we like having them in the parade because that is America.
Absolutely. Do you foresee them being in the parade? Are they already ready to go?
I think the
Without a doubt?
parade's going to be as normal as it can be. I think everybody's going to be there. Everybody wants to get out. So we'll have the horses in the back where they belong, row 8.
Right, for
row
a reason,
8.
yeah.
And we'll have the local officials. We'll have candidates who are running for office. We'll have the dance troops that are always there. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts,
church groups
have a lot of nonprofits. The festival, OUL Lancaster, they're going to have for their playhouse. Victor Jones is going to be there waving.
He's coming up as a guest on the show soon.
And so it's going to be a normal parade, and we usually have about 200 units in the parade. So it takes a while to get past anybody downtown.
An hour and a half to 2 sometimes, right? It's
yes.
usually 10 to about noonish. So that, for those who come through Lancaster on the 5th, for whatever reason, because you were celebrating the 4th and you're leaving, don't expect to come downtown that area and get through in
if
a
you have to
timely
go
manner.
east to west, go out. You're going to have to go out Chestnut Street. Because from Main Street all the way to the fairgrounds, it's going to be blocked. So.
That's right, for very, very good reason.
Yeah.
So what's happening at the fairgrounds this year? So what's the same kind of vendors?
Yeah, we don't change the formula that works.
Right.
We're going to have rides and food, just like the fair does. And it's just glorious how much people will not leave their food line when the fireworks start if they're close. You know, because they got to get their food.
Right.
You know, their favorite food. And we're going to have as many vendors there as we've ever had before, if not more. And we're going to have arts and crafts underneath the grandstand. There'll probably be 30 vendors there, offering things to look at, to buy, to smell, to wear, all types of things.
When are folks allowed to come in and set their blankets and their chairs up for the fireworks?
The normal is noon the day before the fireworks.
Oh.
So that'll be noon on Sunday, afternoon on Sunday. The fairgrounds will have mowed all the grass and got everything all ready for us. Striping lines for parking, stuff like that. That'll all be done before, probably by Friday. Okay. So come anytime after noon on Sunday to put down your blankets. But be aware that the only real place you can put them is on the north side of the track, over by the horse barns and that area. not in the parking lot because cars go there. And there's going to be some places that will be marked with poles and signs over by the round cattle barn, the brick restrooms that are over by the dining hall. There's some areas in there that will allow blankets. But if you want tents, you can't be in the parking lot with a tent, but we have a couple sections that we will allow tents, because tents usually have people
like
running around.
Pop-up tent.
Pop-up tents.
The canopies. Yeah,
Canopies
I always do that.
Yeah, me too. But then on the north side of the track, we really don't care about tents, and people bring their trucks and their trailers and put their sofas and stuff like that on there.
Yeah.
And it's great for everybody.
Now, are you using the majority of the campground, or the campground? See, now I'm thinking of tents and camping.
Don't do that.
Gee whiz, back at the 4th of July, we're not camping.
Yeah.
We are the rest of the fairgrounds for other things, like for the vendors and stuff, just like the fair, right? It's going to be pretty full.
Yeah, and
it has in years past.
We'll have some horsey rides, as well as
nice.
mechanical rides.
Yeah.
And then games of chance.
Yes, yep.
And
Oh my
then
goodness, it's gonna be
everything that's salty or sweet or fried.
Right, that's
Those are
right.
the three major food groups, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
if you get all three in one, home run. So.
Any entertainment or anything?
Oh yeah, local band, Bad Influence. We'll be there.
They're everywhere this year. That is awesome.
They want to get out. We want them to be out.
That's right.
They've been with us for a number of
it.
years, and they're going to be our. Sometimes they play early because they have family things they want to do later.
Absolutely.
This year they want to play from 8 to 10, and they'll introduce the national anthem. So they'll be playing from 8 to 10. I don't think they'll break. They might slow down a couple times, but they won't take a break. And then we also have Mike O'Reilly is going to be a DJ, and he's going to have contests and games for the young at heart, if not the young people, from, we'll say 6 to 8, but it might be a little bit earlier than that.
Is there a fee to get into the festivities?
To walk in? No. But if you want to find somebody that has a 4th of July committee and make a donation, feel free. We do charge for parking. It's one of the ways that we make money for everything. We charge $10 for a car. Motorcycles are $10, but we might give you a deal coming through. We don't get very many.
Right.
And then RVs, if you have a big motorhome or a trailer and a pickup truck, we have a place for you that's against the Columbus Street fence.
Nice.
And so they camp there. We get a half dozen to a dozen every year, pull behind trailers as well as motorhomes, put them out of harm's way up against that Columbus Street fence, and then they have a perfect view of the fireworks on Mount Pleasant and the fairgrounds.
And how much is for that?
$30.
$30.
Because they take up a lot of space.
Yeah, and you can't beat that.
No.
Holy cow. Anything else? We've got a minute left that we don't want to forget to share with folks, other than you said 10 a.m. for the parade, and you already said 10 p.m. at night for
we don't have a weather
weather
rain
permitting
date.
thing.
We do everything on the day. This year it's on Monday, July 5th. If it looks like it's going to rain, don't worry about it. You'll just get wet. Just put a hat and raincoat on, come on out.
That's right, yeah.
We have shot off the fireworks early based on a concern for thunderstorm or wind or something like that.
Okay.
We've never shot them off late, but that's another option. If it starts at 9 o'clock for rain and it's just a soaking rain, we might just go ahead and shoot them off at 10 anyway.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Do you have a Facebook page for folks to follow?
We do. There's a Facebook. Guess what? It's called Lancaster 4th of July. And if you want to go online and see other activities that are going to be on, we'll eventually get them online. Try again, Lancaster 4th of July, or it could be 4th of July Lancaster, but it works one way or the other.
That's
we
right.
got them all.
You can find it. Dave, thank you so much for taking the time. It's going to be
you
an
bet.
awesome and amazing weather. Rain or shine, we're bringing our own sunshine this year.
There you go.
Thanks to Dave, president of the Lancaster Fairfield County 4th of July Committee. The 4th of July in Lancaster is July 5th, and you heard from him as to the reason why. Either way, get out, have fun, be safe. I'm going to be right back. It's Down Home with Tina.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area, where the fountain is, and the memorials, and the flags, and all this stuff. And we looked around, and I said, "There's our bank, right there."
there's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. And the employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. Corey Schoonover, Executive Director of the Fairfield Area Humane Society, is with me. We didn't get to talk about this last year. We have talked about it, I want to say, when I was in radio every year, and then last year I think was the first time because we didn't have a 4th of July. But it's something very, very important, and ironically enough, this is fun. My last show, I had a fella on who he reminded, and I'm going to remind you all now, to be respectful for some veterans who may not be able to go out to fireworks and hear the fireworks. And it's not because they're not patriotic or anything. They can't. The sound of what it is like and what it could represent to them in their mind for memories of things maybe they've experienced when they were in the military. However, he mentioned pets. And I go, that's great that you mentioned that, because I've got somebody coming on next week, and here you are, to talk about your pets and the 4th of July and fireworks. And it's not necessarily even, and this year it's on the 5th of July for the city of Lancaster. Yeah. However, it's not just then. A lot of people are doing a lot of fireworks. They do them the week before, and they continue to do them a week after, or a couple of weeks, or even longer. Last year it seemed like it was forever, because my dog barely wanted to go out to the bathroom. If she heard anything that sounded like firecracker, anything close to it, she's just kind of like looking at me and the door, like wanting to go back in the house. Corey, what can you share about that?
Well, you brought up valid points, and I unfortunately I think it's going to get worse in terms of the length of time people are doing it, because Ohio changed some fireworks laws. Okay. And now they're more accessible, and people like to have fun, and then they don't think of it as a respect issue. But people ask me all the time, do you get busier around the 4th of July because of the fireworks? You know, as far as stray dogs go, I mean, I think we see it. That's handled by a different agency. That's the county dog shelter. But yeah, I mean, we really try, and I think it's been better over the years as we educate people about it.
Oh yeah, because I'm all about fireworks.
Yeah.
I love the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I love the celebration of it and the meaning of it. It's one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the tips that we like to throw out there the most, because you're not going to avoid it.
Right.
So, and we've already in our neighborhood have heard some here and there, and one of our dogs is terrified of them. So she bolts right back to the house and wants to go in the house, as opposed to others get totally spooked and then they're out the yard, over the fence, whatever the case may be. Yeah. So, you know, I think the biggest thing is you need to be definitely outside with your dogs. I would prefer that be a theme all year round. You know, our dogs aren't outside by themselves, but you know, if you're just used to putting your dogs outside to do their business, and then when they're done they come back to the door, that this just isn't the time of the year to do that. You really want to be outside with them, so you know when that happens and you see their response or their trigger, and then you're there immediately to get them back in the house. Yeah. Otherwise you leave them unattended, and it just takes one firework to spook them. They don't see you, they don't know what to do, so they're gonna bolt somewhere else.
Isn't that what they call it? They fear, and then you fly. You go.
And then you see, then that's when you know, social media, what it is today, then you start seeing all those posts about my dog got spooked by fireworks or whatever, and then you know, bad stuff can happen from that point.
And you definitely do not recommend people take their dogs to a fireworks. event.
Yes, no, please don't. Just even
It's
as
not going to end well.
Yeah,
It never does.
Yeah, just even as an example, what we do at the Humane Society during, when we know whether it's 4th of July or the Lancaster Festival and the fireworks are going on, really, it seems like for a month. They always have music at night, but we kind of turn that up a little bit. So you're hoping to drown it out. So even if you're going out for the fireworks or whatever, it's going on that night, that's an opportunity to leave the TV on.
Very good idea.
Turn it up a little louder, leave some music on, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of helps to drown that out.
So they're not nervous by themselves in the house when you're gone.
Yes, but if your dogs are like mine, you don't turn it on Animal Planet, because anytime one of my dogs sees another dog on TV acting a little crazy, she's hitting the TV. I don't know how many times I'm like, the dog snout smear is all over the TV.
Found a girlfriend maybe on TV.
So we kind of turn it on like one of the music channels, and that, I think that helps. And really, that's a good tip regardless. If you have a dog with anxiety issues. Ever.
With storms, sometimes thundering
or just when you
lightning.
leave, turn on something
I
soothing.
always do. My dog doesn't go without noise in the house. And then if it's Netflix, I come back and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. Because it'll like shut off if you'd not, if it's on for a while. You continue watching? Yes, Sage is continuing to watch.
Yep, absolutely.
The TV. Yeah. I don't want her to feel lonely, Corey. But anyways, no, that is a really good idea. Yes, just a little bit. But I also wonder, because of I've never seen her really worried with the thundering and lightning, like you said, with that kind of weather, but she could be when I'm gone. Yeah. So, because they can be different when you're gone.
Bathroom is usually the most soothing room.
Mm-hmm.
My parents have a dog that goes and lays in the bathtub. When that kind of stuff's out. It's thunderstorms specifically.
So if that does happen to your dog, don't worry.
Like if you crate your dog when you leave, and again, the music or the TV, maybe move the crate to the bathroom. It's obviously they're usually interior rooms, generally don't have a window.
Mm-hmm.
It's
true.
Helpful.
Okay.
So those are my professional tips.
Good. Yeah. Well, and the dogs for the holidays. So, okay. What else is going on? Because there's always something going on at the Humane Society. How are the dogs and cats doing as far as their adoption?
Yes, and I apologize. I didn't bring one. I got in trouble for not bringing one.
I know.
Bad.
Well, mine too, because I didn't remind you. So
if you don't remind me of stuff, I tell people all the time, like if you don't hear back from me on what I was supposed to do for you, you're gonna have to call and remind me. But no, everything's going well. It's busy. We're smack in the middle of kitten season. So
I was just gonna say that, but isn't it a lot of times kitten season? It seems.
See, I would say kitten season seems to be all the time, but spring kitten season seems a little late this year, and we probably jinx ourselves because then it slapped us right in the face. But we've really expanded our foster program for kittens.
I'm glad you said that, because I think I know some folks who are some fosters.
I'm certain that you do.
They are awesome.
Yes, they are. The foster program and the fosters themselves are fantastic. It gives us a lot more capacity, and when I say that, we've been fluctuating between 80 and 100 kittens at a time just in foster. So you're fostering, we're providing you the supplies, you're providing the care, getting them to a certain age and weight, and when they're ready, we bring them back into the shelter, get them fixed, put them up for adoption. And it's really, for people that maybe can't have an animal permanently, or whatever, those type of things. Fostering is really
Do you have
really
one
cool.
that has a dog?
One of our fosters?
Yeah, that has a dog that's just awesome.
Yes.
I have a picture. I'm going to see if I can use it.
Yeah, she has actually, and
love it.
I know specifically who you're talking
yes,
about.
Yes, I thought so.
And she has her own, she actually has her own kitten foster Facebook page about any of the fosters that she fosters.
And I love them because hers are interacting with a dog.
Yes.
And that is amazing.
Makes it even better.
And the dog is just the most, it does. It makes it good for the cats to be adopted out and will be used to a dog.
Exactly.
Corey, your contact information, please.
Check us out at fairhumane.org, all the different services we offer, or give us a call, 740-687-0627.
Don't go anywhere, folks, because Corey has got a paint story, and I also have a painting story. I have no idea what his is, so we never know what we're going to get, but we'll find out in a minute. You're watching Down Home with Tina.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Down Home with Tina is brought to you by those amazing sponsors. And I want to thank you for watching the show. Before Corey and I get into our story, I do want to make sure that you know my business of the month is Donald Law Office. And their tip of the month is make a plan while you can. Please contact them. You can always find them on the internet, on Facebook, and all that good stuff. And Corey and I, we have our own paint stories. I do not like to paint. When I talk about paint, I'm not talking about pretty pictures. I'm talking about painting the inside. And I was doing some touch-up painting and all. And I'm standing there at the wall and I'm painting, and I don't have the can, but I have the pan is in the bucket, but I have that thing anyways. I'm holding it and it tilts. And I guess I'm tilting it and I'm just doing my thing. And it starts, Corey, to go down my leg. Okay, which I was like immediately, so I come up and I wipe it all the way up my leg to keep it from dripping down onto the floor. Well, then I go running to the sink, and because there had been an address change, because this house is getting ready to close and be sold, there was an address change, and the utility company had called a couple of days before the water, the village had called and said, where is, is anybody living in the house? Yada, yada. Needless to say, they turned the water off 3 days prior to the time that it was supposed to be turned off. So I'm running down to the company, and I've got paint all over me, and my shirt's inside out because I paint with my shirt, an old shirt anyways, but it's inside out. I have no idea. So anyways, they turned it back on. But I never have good luck with paint. I had a couple of times where paint and I was not my friend during this whole process. It doesn't like me, and I'm okay to say I don't like it. Do you like painting?
I don't think so. Does anyone like painting?
I have a friend that does, and I have no idea why.
Right. I don't like painting. Why? I don't know if it's I'm too OCD with. I don't know.
That might be me too.
Because by the time I'm done, there's 72 coats of paint because it's just not. But yes. I will. My thing with the OCD and my story was like, there's a lot of projects that happen at our house that are started, not quite finished. And we're talking like they're 85, 90% finished. But I think my wife paints backwards from everyone else. And I'm glad, I don't think she'll be watching this. I'm hoping. We had don't you do the cut-ins and everything first?
You do and you do
the
tape off things.
Yeah,
and
she wants to get
when you roll over.
Yeah, no, she doesn't believe in taping. I don't know. She gets straight to the rolling, right?
It's the easiest part.
Corey's the one that goes through and puts the covers back on and whatever. And so our kitchen, bathroom, it's been like that for about 2 months. I'm like, hey, you gonna... sitting in the bathroom the other day, I'm like, she didn't even do above the doors. When is this going to be fixed? And I'm not doing it.
No,
you started it, you finish it. So that's my, I don't paint.
You don't paint. No, yeah, I totally get it.
I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to pay someone to do that stuff.
That's what I was thinking about doing.
And their name is not going to be Natalie.
I did a comment.
Don't hire my wife to paint. It's backwards.
Oh, poor Natalie. I did even call my cousin, and I said, do you know anybody who does painting? And he's like, so and so and so and so. I go, I need it done in 2 days. He's like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So that's why I ended up doing it. But it's just one of those things.
I'm going to get some phone calls from some painting companies, I hope, because they know I need some work done.
You know where to find him, Corey. Anyways, thanks so much, Corey. Folks, if you want to watch the show, you can watch it on my Facebook page. It's Down Home with Tina. CLN, Your Hometown Connection. It's on YouTube. Also, Spectrum 1021. And I had a PQ for today, but I just don't have enough time. My PQ is to, what is it? Make sure that a positive quote is, what is it? My tip. It's not a PQ, it's a tip. Make sure the water is on before you decide to paint. Have a great week. God bless. Good day.